It's nice. Springtime. Feels like almost summertime. In Hawaii right now it's actually summertime. In April I go to the beach, some kind of safe bay. In Hawaii there is ocean, but not every place is the same. So some sites they have too much rocks, no sand, only rocks, and no fun really. So another place you might see, it looks like rocks a little bit, kind of rocks here and there, and then you have sand. It's mixed, sand and rocks, and then you go to the ocean, the same, sand and rocks. Now another place look like sand, you go there, it can be sand, but sometimes coral reef. Coral reefs, it's like kind of like super hard rocks, like white color. It can be very sharp. It's like a rock, but I think the hardness is harder, but it's not heavy. It's kind of harder, but not the heavy. And it can have like edges, certain edges. It's very easy to scratch your feet, so you better stay away. And then there are some beaches where sand here, like on the beach, and the sand inside of the ocean. But many times I expect you might see some coral reefs in the ocean. So what you do is, before Hawaii I didn't know, what you do is you buy, they call them reef walkers. Reef walkers is like, it looks like a sock. It's actually designed for the scuba diving. So scuba divers, they have fins, and you put the sock inside, and the sock has like a sole, kind of like a rubber sole. And there are different thicknesses. Some like 2 millimeters, some 3 millimeters. I have I believe 3 millimeters. And what you do is, if you don't like to scratch your feet because of the coral reefs, you just wear the socks, basically sock with the plastic or rubber on the bottom. It's the safest way. Many people go without, but sooner or later you'll get scratched, especially if you move your feet. You can get scratched. So in Hawaii in general, there are only few beaches that really sand here and sand inside of the ocean. Now, when it comes to sand inside of the ocean, some beaches, what they call, some call them big drop. So some beaches, like, you go far away and then drop, but some beaches, like, the drop is very fast, go down and deep, become deep very fast. So a little bit and then the big drop. So if you see big drop, Hawaiians say that's not for kids. Even for adults can be dangerous, because normally when beach goes like this and there is drop and much deeper, there are many sharks. Sharks usually stay there when they drop. I think there are few drops. It could be later drop, but after first shallow, you see first drop, I expect sharks. So it's not really for kids. So realistically in Hawaii, there are only few places which are okay, you know, for swimming. Now, question about, tell more about books. I had books actually. I forgot to put, but I had books. I came to books in '92 during my software, those packages. Thinking, why? Because I had interest in books. I went to Harvard. When I went to Harvard to get admitted, it was like end of '91. So, and then they have like fence and the street. So on that side of the street, it was a bookstore. So I did like bookstore, be it there or Minneapolis. I went to Barnes and Noble, and there are some other stores. So I went to bookstore, and I did like to read or buy books sometimes. Especially at that time, I was interested in Eastern religions. I did buy some Eastern religions books, and then when I was thinking about my system, well, first of all, because like I said, I always divide my platforms or not my platforms. So those like Barnes and Noble would be not my platform, but I did have designs, even if it's not mine. I did have certain designs if somebody would ask me for that. Because realistically, Barnes and Noble did not have for people. In '91, '92, they didn't have for people any site. What they had is like a small desk, and then associate. The associate go and check. That computer looked like no linking. I think either orange or green letters. I think orange or green, black screen, no linking, and they check if that book is available. So that's kind of like their own inventory, or checking warehouses or whatever. So they didn't have a site. So I came to like what I normally had under my one roof. So you have a bookstore, like say my bookstore online, but it's not really a bookstore. I have few bookstores. So for instance, I have Barnes and Noble and I have other guys. Now if somebody is typing, it might search not only within Barnes and Noble, it could be some other ones. So under one roof, I could have few different companies. Otherwise, I would need to call Barnes and Noble. So for me, there is no reason to make second Barnes and Noble. That would be for them to make, because it's not my store. But for my store, because I'm under one roof, I have from few places. That's what you see, like this textbooks.com or other ones. They don't get from one place. It could be one company, second company, third. That's my way of under one roof. And I had certain design. You put the name. I've seen later quite many have the same. You put name, you put whatever, you know. You can search by author or by certain name, by the style, poetry or whatever. So you have different options. You search by that, and it is stored on my external system, my builder. I don't store anything inside of the store. So because I'm allowing, I'm giving them space. It's kind of like similar to my other platforms. I'm giving them my space, but it's not always mine. I can open my bookstore. Suppose I like Eastern religions, and in most cases they don't really sell Eastern religions books. So me, suppose I got tired of it, and I decided to have my own bookstore. So what I do is I just open bookstore, but then later I can add to my platform under one roof. So I can here. Okay, I did check on sites. Basically, I see like Abbey Books. So if you look at Abbey Books, I had this too, like that keyword. So if it's like Buddhism, for instance, or anything, cars or anything, so keyword. So I had author, exact name of the book, or by style, and keyword, which is like suppose religion or, you know, or cars subject. And then what you see is you see the list and it says seller. Just look at the seller. All sellers are different. Well, sometimes it could be few books with one seller, but if you look overall at the whole list, long list, you see a bunch of sellers. That's what my bookstore is, under one roof. And suppose first it comes like a list, like you see, and you click, and then it gives you the whole explanation and option to buy. That one is for my external system, one of my packages. The same network used. I had also for used books, new and used. I thought another option, not just new but combined with used. So I did see like at some point in my life that it was have.com. So all that came from me, but they used legal papers. Ex-wife, blah 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 blah, look like okay to use. It's not okay to use. So that group is legally not okay. I'm telling you. Because legally okay, you need to come to that. You need to talk for yourself. They don't. They just make papers. Look like somebody is okay. So that would be under one roof. I've seen another one, Campus Books. That's the same idea, under one roof. It's just from different bookstores. It gives you the list. When you see something, you click. But if you look at seller, the sellers are different. Because I allow them to place inventory and I have space. So I don't have a bookstore, but I have that under one roof platform for bookstores. That's what I had. What else to say? Like I said, the same network, configuration, the same browser, the same everything. It would direct just to the bookstore. That would be my platform. But I had designed for those like Barnes and Noble, for them, just for them. what else about books? I was okay beside books to sell tapes and CDs, because before thinking about all that, I was in Minneapolis, like one of those big malls, Edina Mall, I believe, and they have Barnes and Noble there. So when I go inside, they have this section. It says audio books or CDs. So I was okay to have that too for my platform. So what else to say? I did think about adding books right to the search engine, because many times if I have shopping, because my shopping is actually pulling from many places like Macy's or different stores, right? But if it's books, normally in US books are kind of separated as a bookstore. It's not a mall. So I was thinking about to add, like you see on the top, all pictures, this, and one of it like shopping, but another one is books, because my books would be like normally separated, so I have separate platform, it would be added there. So it's basically a package for my external system and search engine. That's shortly about that platform, I guess. Today is Sunday, very sunny day. I took a cooking class. I had to buy certain stuff. I couldn't find it. Certain for soup they require certain stuff I couldn't find. Maybe if I go to bigger store I could find. But anyway, have a good time. Bye.